So after a really long time, I'm finally caught up with My Hero Academia. And the last previous arcs that I did see in the anime, especially the Dark Deku arc, wasn't really doing it for me, and I thought that My Hero Academia had lost its charm and its epic action scenes that it always delivers. But oh boy, I was too wrong. Because this final arc is everything that I expected and it's amazingly written. Gotta give the credit to the mangaka though. The mangaka is going full on throttle on this specific arc and I really love everything that this arc has given us. Many major characters returning, many major characters kinda, foreshadowed to die. And chapter 387 is not really a great groundbreaking chapter, but it does have some groundbreaking reveals that almost everyone were kinda guessing, you see. But nonetheless, this is an amazing chapter, so let's break it down easily. But before we start with a recap, I have to tell you something. I do weekly chapter by chapter reviews of One Piece and also My Hero Academia from now on. And I'm quickly catching up on Black Clover and also Jujutsu Kaisen, so I will be talking about them too on this channel. I will also be doing my anime reviews in the form of shorts, which you will see in my channel right now. And also I will be talking about the spoilers that comes out before a chapter releases in the form of shorts, so if you don't want to miss out on that, subscribe. So without further ado, let's start with the recap. We begin the chapter with Gaten and Mr. Compress actually talking in the prison, and I'm really surprised that Mr. Compress is actually alive because even watching the anime I thought he was dead. And Gaten keeps talking about his family bloodline where they were actually, marrying into the branch families to keep their bloodline strong, and Mr. Compress is just listening to all of that. Meanwhile, in the battlefield, we see that Endeavor is already getting the news that Dabi will just cause a huge explosion, killing almost everything in a really long mile radius, which actually, kind of depresses Endeavor because he doesn't know what to do now because he has to save so many people. And he also realizes that the evacuation block is not only that is in danger because there are so many other groups of superheroes fighting against Himiko Toga's doubles with her twice, ability. And we have some splendid Hirakoshi drawing with Dabi, aiming for Endeavor. Endeavor doesn't even have an arm now and they're fighting. It's amazing. Dabi just rushes in on Endeavor to kill him, but the words that Dabi actually says is "Watch me, Dad," and he keeps repeating that again and again in a really creepy voice. He has lost his mind already, and Endeavor just listens to it, and it just reminds him of a younger Toya who kept asking him to look at him, and Endeavor didn't do that. Now he regrets everything that he has done in his entire life. He realizes how much harsh he was on his son. And seeing him tell those exact words right now when he's no longer mentally stable and literally about to kill millions of people. So Endeavor realizes that Dabi shouldn't be alive this long. The heat should have killed him a long time ago, and that's when he sees the ice at his heart, and that is actually Ray's quirk, which happens to be ice. And somehow Dabi has just learned to use ice powers that has been handed down into his family. Endeavor just again regrets everything that he's ever done. This near life death experience has made Dabi acquire his ice powers subconsciously, and Endeavor is also shocked by this. Speaking of Ray, don't mind me, she's actually here and her skin is burning away too, just like Endeavor, and Dabi also. But she's here and she's using her ice powers to calm down Toya, and she just walks in and she keeps remembering the word that she too is guilty. She actually feels guilty, so she's here, kind of hinting a huge family reunion of the Todoroki family. Of course, there isn't a lot to talk about in this chapter. Well, let's just talk about Dabi's ice quirk, which just manifested itself because he's experiencing a near-death experience. That sounded way too weird. And I think this could mean a lot. How did Ray first of all enter there? How did Ray first of all, come there? Both sounded bad. Ray is there, that means something must have happened to her, safety kind of drone thing that was carrying everyone away. So she's here, or she voluntarily just chose herself to be here in person to because she actually is guilty that she is also the reason Toya just ended up like this. So I could see this as an absolute win, the entire Todoroki family actually meeting together. Endeavor and Ray and Dabi is already here. Shoto is on his way, which is hopeful because he's the only one who can take down Dabi because he is the tertiary hero of the series. And also his entire other siblings will also be here to have a major family reunion. And I'm all up for it. I think this chapter doesn't really have much going on other than, Ray's entire family kind of things being talked about, like them being married closely into their relatives to keep their bloodline strong, which absolutely led to their extinction kind of thing. But I think there are some interesting reveals that we'll keep getting from Kohei Hirakoshi. I really like his writing style right now. And I think this final arc will be one of the best arcs in My Hero Academia because of many characters returning, which I absolutely loved every moment of. So many things are happening in this. I really wish My Hero Academia has one of the best final arcs ever. See you guys in my next video. Till then, sayonara guys, sign out. And yes, subscribe.